Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Amy Crane with Inver Chiropractic, and I want to talk to you guys today about how nutrition can help aid in weight loss. Now, nutrition is a huge component in what we're eating and putting in our body, but I just want to throw this out there that it isn't the only thing that we need to work on. We also need to do mobility and how are we exercising, and stress relief are all huge factors in why we gain weight. But I want to focus on nutrition more so. So nutrition can be very complicated. There's a lot of things that go into nutrition and education with that. So I want to kind of touch on some of the basics. But in my office, I always recommend that people do blood work just so that we can see specifically what you need. So if there's certain deficiencies that we have, and there's genetic components that play a factor in what kind of diet works best for us. But research shows that 65% of people fall under the category that they need a well-balanced diet of protein, fat, and carbs. But most of us need a little bit more protein than, say, carbohydrates. And usually that follows, just for reference, follows more the paleo diet. But what we want to know about nutrition is we need to know what is a good protein, fat, and carb. So proteins are things like our lean meats, our eggs, nuts and seeds, things like that. And that we usually want for a serving size. For portions, we want about 20 to 30 grams per serving of protein. So for fats, those are the good fats, like certain oils that we cook with contribute to that as well. So good fats to cook with are going to be like your olive oils, your coconut oils, your avocado oils. Other good fats are avocados and nuts and seeds and things like that as well. And for portion size, for fats per serving, we usually want about that 10 grams. Then carbohydrates. So carbohydrates, we want to think more of the fruits and vegetable side versus the grains and the breads. Most of us love the grains and the breads, but in our body, those turn to sugar, which then eventually just turns to fat right away in our body. Most of us aren't exercising and moving enough to burn those carbohydrates right away, and that's when they turn to sugar. So we want to focus more on the fruits and vegetables. So what we want to look like for those is we want to look at the low glycemic index vegetables and fruits. So for vegetables, that's like our peppers, our onions, asparagus, tomatoes, and things like that. For fruit, it's going to be like our apples, our oranges, our grapefruits, and cherries and strawberries. So there's lots to know on low glycemic index as well, but basically we want those so it doesn't spike and deregulate the blood sugar levels. So that for carbohydrates we want per serving is roughly under that 30 grams. So it's not only knowing what to eat, but also portion sizes as well. So there's a lot with nutrition, but then also a big thing I want to touch on is reducing our sugar. So as a society nowadays, research shows that we're consuming about 765 grams every 5 days. So to put that into perspective, that's 17 cans of pop. So we're just increasing our sugar consumption. And it's not just the obvious sugars like cane sugar, the syrups, different things like that, cornstarch, but it's the hidden sugars. So a lot of things that we're consuming today is in our condiments, so like our ketchups and things, our tomato sauces, pasta sauces, things like that, maybe our sport drinks like our Gatorades and whatnot. They all have hidden sugars, so a lot of things that we don't know about. But sugar is also super addictive. But it also leads to obesity and obesity-related conditions like diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure. So, trying to reduce as much sugar as we can and learning what are hidden sugars. So those are just a couple things that I wanted to touch on. But if you have any questions, we have an 8 weeks to wellness program in our office, and this is what we do. This is what the program does. There's many components to the program, but in that nutrition piece, it's meeting with our nutritional counselor to educate you on these things. Start at the basics and start adding on how to cook, different things to cook, different recipes, and getting creative. So it's a lot to it, but we have that in our office. If you have any questions, if you need help in this area, please comment below with any questions and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. If you thought this information was helpful, please like or share this video. And I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you guys.